By 2030, India's water demand is projected to double the amount available now, and almost 70% of water bodies are contaminated. This scarcity will only be exacerbated with climate change. So, what do we do? The governments will or won't do anything depending on what they deem as their priority, but we can do something about this. We can harvest rainwater. So, what is rainwater harvesting? When you collect, store, and recharge or reuse rainwater, the whole system is called rainwater harvesting. This can be done in more ways than one. I have chosen the collect, store, and reuse method due to the paucity of space in my home. I wish I could recharge the ground table, but my foundation will not allow that. So if you're like me, then try this. If you have a flat terrace with water openings or a sloped roof, you can install such rain guards. It's simple. You can hire a steel fabricator and ask them to install such guards that will channel rainwater into this hole that is connected to a pipe that will let you either store the water or recharge your sump wells or the ground table. In my case, I have a 200-liter drum. This setup cost me approximately 6,000 Indian rupees. Now, if you don't want to be so elaborate, a simple bucket would do. Just place the bucket under the drain pipe so that you can collect enough water very quickly. That way, you can reduce your water dependency during the rainy months. Now, let me answer some of your frequent questions regarding this. Can I drink this water? Yes, you can, provided it goes through a proper water filtration system like the RO, because the water can be contaminated by feces from birds, cats, and other stray animals that frequent your roof. But this is completely safe for plants. In fact, rainwater is the best kind of water for your plants. How often do I have to clean the guard? Now, the only cleaning you may have to do is to get rid of leaf litter and other such debris from the drain. Once you see the water getting clogged, you can clean it. How can I water from such drums? You can buy such aquarium motors and pump out the water more efficiently, or do it the hard way. How do I prevent mosquitoes from breeding? Cover the drum with a mosquito mesh to begin with. Don't let the water stagnate over time. Keep using it, or use BTI in water, which will kill the larvae when the larvae consumes this bacteria. To protect the bacteria in the bottle, one must keep this in a dry, cool place. Now, the other way of rainwater harvesting is to disperse the water into the ground so that it fills up the aquifers over time. So I'll show you with this little experiment how it works. So I have this glass jar here, and these are different layers of soil, and then you have the aquifers at the bottom that stores groundwater. So one has to just create a trench into the ground for water to collect when it rains, and this would let the water to seep through the layers of the soil and finally will end up in the aquifer, thereby increasing the water table in your area. Now, if you don't create a trench or pond like this, the flat surface when it rains will allow the water to run off. Water collected this way will be lesser than it would if you've created a pond or a trench. This is also the reason why we need more lakes and ponds. Now, that's the power of simple solutions for a looming water crisis. Apartment complexes and gated communities especially must earmark areas for natural ponds and swales so that the inhabitants don't end up in malls during a water crisis. So folks, it's time to save, store and replenish this pretty chilled out resource called the rainwater. And remember that the method here is not important, but your resolve is. And with this, we've come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Gardening, and I really hope you found this video informative. Additionally, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are given below. And always remember, to grow slow is to grow well. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, a very warm goodbye.